For Action News, I'm Anna Samovska. Don't fear the fat. That's what a recent study concluded when it comes to saturated fats and the risk of cardiovascular disease. Researchers reassessed a variety of large studies on saturated fat and CBD. The surprising overall finding was a lack of relationship between any type of saturated fat and risk of heart disease. The only exception, a slight increased risk for intake of trans fatty acids. Still, though, some experts suggest avoiding saturated fats and eating foods that are typical of the Mediterranean diet, full of fiber grains, fish, and nuts. These counterintuitive results can be quite confusing. Here's ACTRA's Dr. Gilbert Ross shedding some light on the topic.
So this was quite a surprise, I'd say, given the fact that learned bodies of various types, internal medicine and cardiovascular, etc., dietary and nutritional advice has all been, over the course of the last several decades, to restrict your intake of saturated fat. This study, however, could not find scientific evidentiary support for that advice as far as actually reducing your risk of adverse heart outcomes. Nevertheless, experts who commented on the study warn that this is not a green light to go ahead and ingest as much fatty food as you wish, more pizza, more hamburgers, more butter, that instead of focusing on one particular nutrient, such as saturated fats, that it may be the whole mixture of foods that we ingest that are more relevant as far as health outcomes, that it's not just saturated fats as an isolated substance that's definitive in terms of heart outcomes, but it may be how they're mixed together with other foods, that there's different ways that saturated fat intake can affect the cholesterol levels in our body. The different types of bad cholesterol or LDL might be affected differently by saturated fats. The take-home line from this study is that the amount of saturated fat that we ingest may not be quite as important as far as determining risk to health as the overall content of our diets. And I think that's a perfectly valid message, that it's balanced nutrition that is key, rather than focusing on one or two food ingredients or macronutrients that might be damaging or might not be.
And to read more on this story and others, you can head to our website, acsha.org. That's acsh.org. While you're there, don't forget to also sign up for your daily dose of news delivered right to your inbox. For ACTRA, I'm Anna Samovska.